saying, hey, the real guy in Bloodsport, like the real guy, he wrote a book and he's doing this book signing. And then I never ended up going to the book signing, but I know my brother bought the book and he read it. Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to talk about Frank Dux, in particular his book, The Secret Man. Now, my guest today is Sheldon Lettich, amazing writer-director, and he worked with Frank Dux various times, like on Bloodsport, for example. But he had known Frank years before that ever came out, and there's a story related to that and to this book that Sheldon shares, and it kind of makes you question the truthfulness of the book. Now, I haven't finished reading this book, so I don't know if just that section or the whole book is, how real it is.
Keep an open mind.
But anyway, I do plan to have Frank Dux on in the future. I would love to talk to him. I think it'd be a fascinating discussion. Comment below if you want to see that happen sooner rather than later. And make sure to help support the channel by hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing the video. And don't forget to pick up your Black Belt Fragrances cologne or the perfume. There is a woman's variant. I'll get you a discount. All the information is linked in the description below. And with that said, let's get on to this discussion. Real quick, I had mentioned I wanted to show you what my cat was sitting on, by the way.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Written his own biography entitled The Secret Man. I want you to meet a real-life James Bond, folks, Frank Dux.
I got the book used on Amazon recently. You know what's funny? I remember this when this came out, like in the mid-90s, and my brother was like living in another state at the time. And I remember having a conversation on the phone with them saying, hey, the real guy in Bloodsport, like the real guy, he wrote a book and he's doing this book signing. And then I never ended up going to the book signing, but I know my brother bought the book and he read it. And then I had a conversation with him and he's like, I don't know if I buy this. Like, right. I don't think this is real. The guy really makes him sound like some kind of superhero.
A real-life Bond. I mean, that must be the most exciting life.
It was quite interesting.
So even back in the mid-90s, really before the internet and everything, my brother was even like, I don't know about this guy, man.
You know? Right.
If you're a spy, what are you doing on TV telling everyone you're a spy? The idea of being a spy is that your life is secret and nobody knows about it. So what is this?
Well, there's I got the same book here. I'm going to grab it just so I can give you what this one page number. Okay, just to make sure we're both on the same page, which I guarantee you we are. And I was dying, and I wrote it. And I wasn't expecting to actually live long enough to ever see it in print.
Hey, do you have a signed copy, by the way?
What?
Is your copy signed? Did you ever?
No.
No? Okay.
No. I happened to be at an airport on my way to someplace, and I went in the airport bookstore. And there's The Secret Man, 20 copies. Within a week, they were all gone. Not sold, but basically the publisher pulled them.
Oh, so did this just not sell that good?
So many people got in touch with the publisher to tell her this is all bullshit. Okay, I'm talking about generals, people.
Like people in the military. Wow.
Oh yeah. Basically, people told her, you've been sold a bill of goods. This guy's a charlatan. He's making a fool out of you with this book because it's all bullshit.
And, I had the pleasure of being able to work for both the United States government and assist the Soviets in their recovery of biological agents.
So now, if you turn to, okay, well, here's this one picture. Okay, I'll show it to you. All right. See that one right up there?
Yeah, it's a hell of a mustache. Okay, I'm on that page. Yeah.
All right. So Frank says, down in the trenches in 1983, the 357 Magnum was the sidearm that distinguished special unit personnel. Okay. So in 1983, Frank and I, because we were friends, this is before Bloodsport,
Meet Frank Dux, the first American to win the Kumite, a deadly martial arts competition where the only rule is to win.
Okay.
We were friends for a while. I made a little movie called Firefight, a little war movie. I got Frank to be in it. It's Brian Thompson's first movie, by the way. So I had Brian Thompson.
I noticed Philip and Simon Rhee are credited.
Philip and Simon Rhee.
Crazy cast.
They're both in it playing Viet Cong.
Okay.
It was a little Vietnam War movie. It's about 20 minutes long. So Frank's in it. I made Frank like the lead actor, although his acting was kind of atrocious. So I really ended up bolstering some of the other roles around him. But basically, that photo was taken on the set of Firefight.
I was gonna guess that. I kind of felt like I knew where this was going. That is
Yeah.
freaking hilarious.
I have other photos that I've posted.
That's a good photo too.
Huh?
That's a really good photo.
Yeah, but it's down in the trenches at Camp Pendleton, California. And I have more photos of Frank and with me on the set with Frank. I've posted them on I have various places on the internet, on Facebook, I believe. But you see Frank in the exact same costume, same mustache, same hair, and me in the foreground telling him, I need you to stand over there, Frankie. It's basically a movie set. I've got other shots where you see him in the same outfit, where there's a crane and a camera and crew people around. So basically that was on a movie set. And he's basically saying, here I am down in the trenches on a real mission, but it's all bullshit.
You told me using any technique that works. What?
And I was dying, and I wrote it.
It's all
Wow.
smoke and mirrors with this guy. It's amazing.
It's interesting. Now, since he was an actor in that movie, though, do you know if he ever tried to pursue acting?
Well, that's what he was trying to pursue.
Oh, he wanted to be an actor.
Oh, he thought he had movie star looks.
Okay.
He thought he looked kind of like Tom Selleck.
I mean, with that
Slightly.
mustache, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the stash, right. So, he wanted to be a movie star, which is actually, he even put up a little bit of money for me to make this movie. I got various people. The total budget was about $25,000. So he put a little bit of money in. Brian Thompson put a little bit of money in. I got basically people wanted Brian had never been in any kind of a movie before. He wanted to be on screen. Frank thought this would be like his acting reel. Okay. And he's not, basically, if it proves anything, it proves that he's no movie star.
Did you think he was a crummy actor, like when you were directing him in that short film?
I didn't think he was crummy. I thought he was okay, but the other actors were better.
Oh, okay.
And look, this is my first little movie. Although I'd been to AFI, I'd made like a little student production back there. But Frank, he invested a little bit of money in this. I think it's like $1,000. Basically, I was working with him. None of these people that were in the movie had ever been in a movie before, including Philip Rhee and Simon Rhee. They'd never been in any movies.
Since you met them on that, has there been any talk of working with them?
Oh, with Philip and Simon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have talked with Philip just in the last couple of years about doing something with him, but it just never happened. I don't know if Philip's done much of anything in the last few years.
Yeah, outside those Best of the Best movies, 4 of them. And then I think he had a movie like in 2015. It was more like a kid's movie, I think, when he was like maybe a martial arts instructor or something. But outside of that, yeah, he hasn't really done many films.
Right. It's hard to maintain a career for a good length of time. Not everybody's a Van Damme or Stallone or Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, you could count them on one hand.
You can count on one hand. And, like Brian Thompson, this is his first, Firefight was his first movie. But he's really good in it. He's really kind of a standout. He's got tons of credits. But people recognize him but he's never become any kind of a movie star. But to be a movie star, that's a very small and select club that very few belong to.
He made a good living as an actor, though, so that's something that even not a lot of people can do, you know?